Hello everyone, so in this tutorial we will create this hairdryer here. It looks super simple and I don't know, maybe someone of you thinks, oh, it's boring. But as I'm always telling you, it's super important to practice from industrial design stuff and also simple stuff, because this is what makes the design aesthetically pleasing or not. Especially with such shapes, we learn so much about surface modeling. Let's dive into that. So reference link in the description. Loaded here into Plasticity. And before we start, I just wanted to let you know that I've launched what we will do first. As always, we will establish the very main form and then just puzzle everything together, as always in surface modeling. So let's start. It's always good when we have reference images just from plain front or plain side, because this makes our life much easier. We can just paint here this form and rebuild it. And then also, because we have here so don't look at this dark part here. So we have here a nice beautiful rounding till here, right? So this line is important, so we can extend it till here. So this is, you get those forms. But again, it comes with practice. So let's create here a new spline. And I will not go super exact here in this tutorial, because just to show you the techniques and workflow. And that looks really good, I think. And now once we have the top and the bottom, we have to give everything a volume. So we have to create now something like that. And for that we can just take some circles. So if we go to this view, and also I want to create, so let me show you. Let's create here 2-point circle just from one curve until another, and press V to change the direction. So you have something like that. And the same for this one as well. Just press V and we have something like that. And also I want one here in the middle, because this is here our, I would say, like kind of most important part. So we have to split this curve. So create a curve or a line and take this curve and Shift C or search for cut curve. Check out second link in the description. I have an amazing PDF, everything about surface modeling and all of my shortcuts as a bonus. So you can just follow along, because it's just 1,000,000 times faster. So Shift C, cut curve, and we can, so select this curve, Shift C, cut with this curve. So we have those separate, and the same here, select this curve, Shift C, and voila, and delete. And we will do now the same here, press V, and we are pretty much to go. So maybe, again, I will not do everything here in this tutorial now, but maybe you can here, if you want, you can play here a little bit around, but that's just a lot of experimentation. Now let's go to the left view. We have to cut everything in half. So create a line and select this curve, cut with this line, select this curve, cut always with Shift C. And here as well, select circles, Shift C, cut with this line, and delete all of them, because we just need 1/2 as always in surface modeling when we have like symmetrical objects. And now the fun part, we can just select those, loft, and before we loft, because you see it doesn't work if they are separate, we have to join those curves and those curves. So select this and this one, Shift, and that looks pretty good. And you see we have a lot of surface ongoing, but from here we will cut like, I don't know, like kind of sculpting, CAD sculpting. We will just cut stuff out and just come to our main shape. Select all of those curves, Ctrl G, put them into a BC. Again, PDF, I explain everything what that means. Super important to stay organized. BC, building curves. And now already let's start to bring everything a little bit into shape. So we create a spline curve. And again, we just follow what we have in the sketch. So nothing special, nothing fancy. We just follow what we see and cut the surface, delete the surface, and this curve is a cutting curve. So Ctrl G and put it into CC cutting curve, and amazing. And also the same here. We will just create a new spline. So something like that. And just follow here the shape. We will have to recreate it later, but just for now, to stay a little bit more tidy, just delete those curves. Perfect. So we have something like that. We are coming closer. And now we want to separate like this top piece with this inner piece and also extend it till here. So first of all, again, we will just create a line and follow this shape, which we have. And yeah, so here till the end. And maybe bring this curve here to the front so we see the points, and just adjust the points and follow the shape. So I like that. That looks good. And now we will just cut into our surface and delete this whole piece. And this curve, I think we will need it in a second. But now you see, we have already our first piece here. And that's amazing. So we can start with the handle and connect then this surface with the handle. And then just recreate here this inside surface with this sharp edge. And that's a lot of fun. So as always, now we will create the handle. And guys, if something is too fast here for you, this is not a beginner video, so I assume you have already some surface modeling skills. If not, check out the Pro membership or my other courses. There I always explain everything super in detail. So just this tutorial will not be like 1 hour long, where we cover all the basics. And yeah, so let's create some curves here. And again, nothing special. We just follow the shape, what we have. So something like that here. And we will just create, so let me maybe explain. So we will just create here this one little small shape, and then we will loft it with this shape here, and then we will attach all of those other stuff. So as always in surface modeling, think in simple terms. Break every shape down into its smaller, simpler parts. So we have this top piece and this handle. And then just focus on that. And then where the skills shine through and the magic happens is to connect everything. But yeah, so let's follow also the shape here. And here I found it works better if we create it with one curve. So this curve looks really crazy. So let me just adjust everything for a second. So it's always really fun to work with spline curves because they behave sometimes really, really crazy. But I don't know, it's just fun. So you see again here the curve. So yeah, I'm not doing any details and stuff here, and yeah. Perfect. So we have our outer shape. And now, before I show you some really magic, let's extrude those, because you would definitely have to extrude them to create tangency. Again, in the PDF and in my courses, everything is explained, but you need those sheets. And now let's go here to this right view, because now we have to create the shape how it will look from the side. So let's first of all, don't start somewhere here, right? It doesn't make really sense. So here you see we have this flow from the top, and if we check our image, it will here smoothly connected. So just think how this curve will come to somewhere here. And here we have to do something. So I will tell you. So you see something like, so it will nice, smoothly be connected. And again, it's very just concepting here. It's not exact working because it's mostly needs much more time, of course, to adjust and get the shape right. But look, now we have something really cool. So you see this curve here that we just created is like very off, but we wanted exactly follow this line here. But this line is also just straight. So yeah, I just love this new command here is that someone recommended to me of our community. So I can't remember who, but thank you very much. So Shift F and search for project curve to curve. And voila, we have a really beautiful 3D curve, which follows here this shape from right and this shape from the front. So we don't need this one. I will hide it, and I don't need this one for now. And now, because usually if we wouldn't have the sharp edge, we would just here select those and just loft them, right? So that would work fine here. So yeah, we would adjust it here a little bit, but here we can't do that because here sharp edge, right? That's why we've created this in the middle. And now we can just loft from here to here. And here we need tangency G2. We can even create some manual curves, but here for now it's fine. And we have this right side here, right? So yeah, I know it's not 100% exact, but just for the tutorial sake, it's fine. Let's hide this sheet here. And now, so we just ignore this one here for a second. We have to connect this one together, right? So how we do this? Again, we just take what we have and just cut a little bit away. So here it's just practice and you need some experience. But here, because we've cutted that, as you remember here, we had created a line and we still have here an extra point. So we will use it and just here go to somewhere here. Again, you have to experiment a little bit. I just did already the fan before the tutorial 2 times. So I just know where to place it. So C, and let's cut here this little piece away. And you see, we have something like that. And I can see already the surface. So if we select those edges and Shift B or bridge edge. So guys, put definitely bridge edge on Shift B. Again, in a PDF, explained everything, why and stuff. It's like the best shortcut in this earth, on this earth, like literally. And press OK and do the same here and Shift B and here important G2 because like you see, we have a like 1,000,000% perfect transition. So let's recreate that. And if we loft that now and Shift and press Tab, press OK. Voila guys, look at this transition. So press 4, join everything, and let's check here our zebra. Look how beautiful this is. It's such a beautiful flow. And we have no weird stuff ongoing. And look, and guys, now imagine to create this kind of shape with Boolean and like simple stuff. It's just, that's why you see surface modeling is the most powerful, crazy, amazing thing here. All right, so let's press Alt H and bring everything back here. So we don't need this sheet here and we don't need those curves. Those 3 curves here, those 4 curves, put them into BC. And now we want to loft this ones too. And here give it G0 as you remember because we have a sharp edge. And here maybe G2, but again you can play here around and create some manual curves. But yeah, that's fine here. So delete this curve. So you see we are getting somewhere. And now just here at the bottom create again a new curve. You see guys, it's really, so if you're a super beginner, then it might be a little bit super confusing everything for you, but it's not a beginner tutorial. That's why I'm just flying over, because this is for people who have already some experience. So check my courses or my other Surface beginner tutorials out. And yeah, So again, we just follow the shape, so it's really nothing special. And this edge we will extrude because we need those two edges in a second to connect. So extrude this edge. And now just again, let's bridge because we have to combine those edges. So Shift B and again G2 because we want again a very beautiful transition. And also extrude this one thing as well here. So we have something like that. So before we start here to connect this centerpiece, which is like, yeah, curved, let's first focus here on this thing. Because if you see, so here it's bright and here it's dark. So that means that this shape, so here we have the edge. So this shape is going like that, right? So something like that. So here again, we have G1 or G2 as you want. And here obviously G0 because we have a sharp edge, but we want like a nice curved surface like that. And again, extremely simple. Yeah, when you know how to do that is, select this face here and Ctrl R and press tab and just break this edge down. So we have approximately the same size two edges, so we can start to loft them. But you see, so someone might think, oh, okay, that's it, but not quite yet. We have to do something. So Shift B again. We don't want here any tangency, and this one is too strong. So just G1 and the same here. So G1 here and G0 here at the top. But now comes the magic. Let's select both of them, press 1 so we see some points, and let's subdivide it a few times. So yeah, maybe one more time. And take only this last point. Let's do it one by one. And bring with G it a little bit inside, right? So now you see maybe this curve is getting like curved a little bit, so that we get this very dark shadow here. And the same here, just select this last point because here we want a nice curvature and just drag that up a little bit. And now magic, loft, shift, G1 we need and G0 here. Press OK. And now guys, you see, we have exactly what we want. And here you see we are getting a dark shadow, so really beautiful. And now really the fun part, press 4, join everything. And let's try first to patch this. Yeah, it's amazing that patch works mostly in this case. And you see we are getting somewhere, but obviously we need here G2. So we have a smooth connection and G2 here as well. And G1 here. And we have a pretty good result. It's not perfect. It definitely would need a few more adjustments. But here for this tutorial, absolutely fine. And look, we have very, very smooth transition and we have the sharp edge. And look, this whole shadow breaking, it's just fun. It's so much fun. Perfect. So we are almost done. We have some stuff to do. So for example, here at the bottom, we have this sharp edge, which smoothly transitions into, yeah, here this bottom. And there are like literally 1 million ways how we could do this. But also what I just did before the tutorial, just experiment with something new. So usually we could pipe it and then loft it, or we could cut here a little bit away and rebuild this smooth, but just something to show you. It will not be perfect, but I just wanted to show you because sometimes you just want, so why I'm able to show you techniques that no one shows you and you can't find anywhere, because like I experiment a lot and try a lot of different things out. So exactly what I'm showing here. So just see what I'm doing here. So I will create here some weird lines, right? But the thing is, so we could now take them and shift 1 and just imprint them, and also create a new line from end to end and shift 1 this as well. And we could just delete this unbeautiful sharp edge. Perfect. You see? So we have this opening here. And again, guys, it will not be super exact what I will show you here, but just as something as a bonus, because otherwise I would just end it here now. But now what we can do, let me just go back a little bit. Let us do those curves here at the bottom a little bit sharper, so they meet a little bit sharper here. So something like that, and again connect those 2 points, Shift 1. So maybe someone can guess already what we are doing here. Because you see, we just split this edge into that. But now we also have to create here a nice transition without those crazy edges here, right? And we can't just delete them. So this one works, but this one doesn't really work. So let's do it manually. And we in any way have to create here a nice, beautiful fillet. And as you might guess, you can't create like really a fillet, maybe with Cordel, but I don't know, it's mostly not working with surfaces, or it just takes 5 years and then it just breaks. So I will just do it manually by selecting everything and duplicate it and rebuild it. Press OK and press P, and let's give it here a little pipe as always, and press OK. Delete our initial curve in the middle and extrude this here and bring this one here also to the top a little bit, and maybe someone starts to see something. So if we press OK and select this main surface and this pipe and press Q to Boolean that away, we can now, what we're always doing, just connect those 2 edges with Shift B, bridge edge again, and G1 or G2 as you want, and press OK, and do the same here. So Shift B and just G1, and select both of those curves, Shift 1, imprint onto the surface, right click, delete those little surfaces, and delete those curves. And voila guys, we have something really interesting. So before we close the bottom, let me just close here. So like literally nothing special. So just let's loft that. We have some extra pieces here. So just for the tutorial's sake, let's loft those. Okay, we have everywhere some little extra edges. So let's fix that here with Control R. Add some extra edges. And somewhere here we had this too. Oh no, here as well. So very small edge. So just create here also one extra line, Shift 1, imprint that. So let's try now to loft this with Shift click here, that's fine. Press 4, join everything, and Alt click edge, and let's patch it with G1. And yeah, it's not super sharp here, but that's fine for now. And let's also here loft those edges and add here, again, we have a little extra edge. So just try to delete this, and let's loft, Shift click. And we are coming here to this end. And here we have one more edge, Shift. And before we loft that, let's loft first here this endpoint, because otherwise it might go a little bit crazy. So let's create a guiding line from here to here, Shift B with G0 continuity. What we can do now is we could patch it, for example, and add here, I don't know, like G1 in this example, and we have something like that. Yes, I know it's not in this example exactly what we want, but just a technique, what you can do, that you can fade out manually fillets. And yeah, you could make it even more and then give it even G2, then it would be even smoother. So something really cool. So yeah, just now bring it to the other side and cut here and close the holes, add some details. And if you like those techniques that we've covered in this tutorial, feel free to check out first link in the description about my surface modeling courses, where we really dive deep into plasticity, but at the same time Everything is beginner friendly. I've constructed them with beginners in mind, so everyone can follow along. So if plasticity and 3D modeling is something you're passionate about, then I can highly recommend it to you, as well as hundreds of students which also ran through this course and got amazing results. So first link in the description. I wish you a nice day. Bye.